the things, we live in a society now where there's a lot of social media, and a lot of people try to incite or agitate certain things. So for full transparency, Mr. Prince is gonna come up and he's gonna tell us what took place. You also get an opportunity to meet him as well for some people that want to put a face with a name. Also, for the people that organize the class reunion, if you're here, please raise your hand for those that help with the organization. Thank you guys for doing that. And also, for those of you that helped with this town hall open forum tonight, thank you as well. If you would, Mr. Korinsky, would you come up?
I just want to kind of read off something, if you guys would allow me to do that for a second. All right, so just want to say, guys, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm only human. Humans make mistakes. But I learned something important. As a mistakes goes, they do not define a person who they are. It's just how you respond. From day one, my heart was not to create a division, but to create a connection. This alumni tailgate wasn't about myself, wasn't about Jake. It was about Perry as a city. It was about pride. Also, it was about bringing people together. And that's what we did with this event. No matter the race, no matter the age, no matter the graduating year. When you think about it, we had from class of 1970 all the way down to 2022. That was amazing. As you know, here we are today. We're facing a challenge. But I believe in challenge reveal character. And this community has character. A great friend of ours, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, we must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. And right now, those words mean so much to me than more than ever. We can choose to let this situation divide us, or we can use this to build something better. We can choose frustration, we can choose conversation, or we can choose to blame, or we can choose growth. I stand here today not to fight, but to listen, not to point fingers, but offer a solution, not to tear down the city, but to remind how strong we can as a group, as a unity, as a Perry High School alumni committee and group. We're here to stand together. If mistakes were made, we can own that. But I also believe in grace. I believe in communication, and I also believe that every community deserves a second chance, especially ours.
Yes.
Because we lead with such respect and come together with understanding, that's when real challenges happen. That's when unity lives here again in the city of Perry. Thank you, guys. So, just pretty much do a briefly run through. So as you know, we started planning this event back in September, around that time. We kind of got together to create the vision. The vision was to see you guys and the whole community of Perry come together as alumni, come together, enjoy each other's company, celebrate, reconnect with old friends, classmates, etc. That was our vision. So leading up to the day of the event, everything was running smooth. We actually got approved again. We got approved for the event. From the event, everything was successful. I honestly feel like I still kind of on a natural high just from the event. And we kind of like some of the weeks away, afterwards now, but it's still there because I can't believe that we were able to pull it off and for it to be such a successful event. That was the only vision, to have this event, have the outcome of the event, and then go from there. So, as you guys know, we did have some allegations for damages. So, from talking to the city, I realized there were some things, we received some pictures. It's understandable. But from that moment, I told them, and I also sent in emails that I actually put in correspondence, my correspondence, my emails to the city saying, hey, I do understand what the allegations of the damage, what I need to do to make sure I can make things right. We had a fine. I don't know if everybody know the fine, but it was $300. I made sure that $300 paid the next day. From and thanks to the community, as an alumni community, you guys made that happen, because I'm like, okay, what can I do? How can I make sure that we go ahead and get this money fast and get to the city so I can show them like, hey, whatever happened, we can pay for it, it's allegations, let's move forward. So once I made that payment, I actually sent my email trying to, establish a relationship with the city. I wanted to sit down and be able to show them the pictures, the drone footage, every little thing that happened at that event on November 1st. I wanted the city to see that in person. In-person meeting, so we could go over everything from the start of the event to the end of the event. From there, I was ignored pretty much the whole time. Until I actually submitted my payment, and once we submitted that payment, that's when I received the email saying that we were pretty much banned from having an event, and also banned from any type of facility in the city of Perry.
Read the email.
Now, for me, just even reading that email, it was heartbreaking, because it's like, we
Read the
worked so
email.
hard to do this event, and to know that we pretty much banned, I'm like, okay, what's so bad that we do as a community, as a Perry High alumni community? What did we do so bad that we can't have this type of event? Like, I just knew the city would love this event. My ultimate goal was to build on this event and keep it going for years and years. That was my, I want to pass it on.
Are you muted? Are you
The
muted?
mic is muted. They said they can't hear you on Zoom.
Read email.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Okay, we got that.
So that was my vision, just to have everybody come together and then from there build that relationship with the city. Like I said, I wanted to sit down with the city, talk about some things, work on solutions. As of right now, it's not even about the allegation of the things that happen at the park. As we know, the trash. We know that the dirt and the mud and everything. It's not about that. It's go above that to me. It's more about the bannings. It's not giving me the opportunity to continue this event if I would like to. Right now, I can't. I can't. We can. But yeah, that's my thing, is to actually continue the event, take the banning off, and actually allow us to really sit down with the city and really build all the things. Everything, like I said earlier, we all make mistakes.
Yes.
There's a thing, this event was like a learning. It's like, okay, what we're gonna do. At the event, I'm walking around kind of seeing things. Okay, I already know, I had that vision, because my mind, it operates like I'm already thinking about, the next event.
Right.
And so that was my goal. I'm looking around, okay, I know I want to do this different. I want to do this differently. We can sit down with the city. If they approve, we can make sure we put these things in place. The night of the event, and Jay, he can actually talk about that. I gave him a moment to talk about that. How, as organizers, we stuck around to make sure, that we do our part. And so I'll let Jay, if you want to talk about those,
Correct.
and go in details.
So first, I'm gonna reach out.
Just for a moment, I want to know, how many times did you reach out to the city?
I actually reached out to the city. I sent the city 3 emails. So we had the event November 1st. I sent the email to them prior to the event. Also, I sent the email to them the day after the event. I even disclosed with the city that Saturday night that, hey, I'm going to be sending you guys an email because come Monday morning, I want to go ahead and put on the calendar so I can go ahead and meet. We can go ahead and meet with the city and talk about everything and work on for next year. So that was my plan from day one. Like I said, even my proposal, I literally said in my proposal, once we have this event, I would love to sit down with the city so that we could work on this and we could keep it going. And actually, I actually quoted, as you saw, quoted unofficial alumni tailgate. I want to make it official Fair High School tailgate. And that's once I got that approval through the city and the school board as well, too.
And what did the email actually say?
I'm about to read it.
Okay.
All right. So my thing is, I want to start by saying we don't want to make this more of a racial thing. I've been seeing all the comments and all this stuff. We're not going to do that or point any fingers. at the end of the day, we did make some mistakes. We want to try to fix the mistakes and give them a chance to actually fix those mistakes. So, the email that we received, it said, "Good afternoon. Thank you for your payment for the Heritage Oaks Parks rental. Please be advised that this group and its designated representatives are prohibited from renting city facilities or hosting events at city properties moving forward. This decision is based on several factors, including misrepresentation of the event and its scope, violations of park rules, in parentheses, they have early setup, littering, and etc. And it says damage to city property. You are welcome to request an in-person meeting with the superintendent to discuss this matter further. To schedule a meeting, please contact Ansley White. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out." So I think the big ordeal for us is once we receive the payment, the notice of the payment, we paid it instantly. Once we received the payment, that we got payment that Monday, that Wednesday, that's when they came out and saying that we were prohibited from using other facilities, which is kind of a problem. We wasn't given the ability to try to fix the problem or even just sit down and talk about it. And that was about the biggest thing that me and Currency talked about. So that's why we try to put together this meeting and try to work forward with the city rather than them work against us in a way. So that's our biggest thing right now as well.
Just for note purposes, because I'm taking notes, that email stated that an in-person meeting could have been with the city
Yes, ma'am.
superintendent, but you said that the meetings, they
Never
ignored it.
happened. So, and I'll talk about, so with that meeting, from there, once, like I said, once I submitted the payment, I actually sent another email stating that, you know, this payment has been submitted. I still would like to, you know, do a meeting with the city. From there, I was given the opportunity, I was told that I can request a meeting with the superintendent at that time. So, of course, I followed through and I sent another email requesting that meeting. Like Jay said, no. So at that time, once I sent that email out, I never got a response to that email until this past, was it last Wednesday?
Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, I got a response to that email. The only reason I got, that was actually, I got that response, actually I sent a follow-up email to my email that I sent in on last week, that I never received anything, no type of communication, nothing that we're reviewing this, anything like that. So from that Wednesday, that's when I got that response about, you know, we could go ahead and establish and create a meeting. From there, I was pretty much, felt like I was being rushed to have to actually go into a meeting because I actually wanted a meeting that day, or they gave me an option for that Thursday or either that Friday. So at that time, I felt like, no, I asked you guys last week several times we could go ahead and schedule a meeting now. I wanted to get everything together so that once I get to the meeting, I have everything prepared to talk to them about so we can work on a solution, but they never gave me the opportunity. Excuse me 1 second.
All right, hold up, guys. We will have an opportunity for everybody that would like to speak to stand up and be able to speak, and you'll be acknowledged. It'll be like 3 minutes apiece, but we want to give them the opportunity to share everything, and they may answer your questions while they are talking. Okay, so give them an opportunity, but we'll be more than happy to take questions. Okay, thank you, guys.
Okay, and so in that same timing, like I said, I pretty much felt like we was being ignored. Until pretty much the media started and people started getting communication, that's when I started receiving emails from the city. And from that, I felt like it was kind of like a slap in the face because it was like, what happened to the emails and stuff prior to the week before and everything when I really was trying to sit down with the city and actually establish that relationship, talk about solutions, how we can move forward. So this is where we're at today, and that's how we came to this point. Just wanted to get with the community, you know, so we could all be on the same page and everything. There's nothing like, you know, like Jay says, nothing, I don't feel like it's a race or anything like that. We want to go away from that. It's more about banning, not giving us as a city, as a community, as a Perry High alumni community, the opportunity to like work on things and keep it going.
So, what we want to do now, thank you, gentlemen. What we want to do now is allow for everyone in the room, those that have questions for these gentlemen, and anybody that has been a part of this process, to show their hand, stand up, and ask your question, okay? And they'll address it. Gentlemen, give us up. Yes, speak a little loud because it's being recorded as well for those individuals that are on
It
social
needs
media.
to be recorded, because I just got one, maybe 2 questions, and they're connected. is this all about $300 or $400? Did I just leave work early to come home to argue about $300 or $400 on a vibe and an energy that I have not felt in 45 years in any city that I lived in? Are we over here for, because I would have done the work for you for I would have gave the city whatever they wanted, wrong? I know we're not here for $300 or $400. Is that why we're over here? Because they were angry to prohibit something. They were that unaware of what was going on in the city and what happened that day. They didn't see the videos. I mean, I'm talking to people from different cities, from Hawkinsville all the way to Atlanta, that saw that energy and reacted the way we reacted. And that's why we're here. For $400 or $500, it breaks my heart because the disrespect and them ignoring you guys and having us all out here after work, before work, or whatever the situation may be, for so little of money that we would have got together in 10 minutes. Just want to see our brothers and sisters again next year doing the same thing bigger and better. So that's what I want to know. Is this really about $400 or $500?
So that's the gist of it. I'm not even from Perry. I moved to Perry in 2004. I've been in Perry since. Just from being, I'm from Dula originally. Even just being down there, we always got there as a community, no problem. Of course, you're gonna have this, that's gonna happen. That's just anything. So we want to bring that here. When I first moved to Perry, I think it was back in like 08 or 2012. They had the music pills right here in Sand Hill. Great turnout for the community. Why they stopped it, I don't know. I'm sure even with every other event that goes on in Perry, there's some type of damage that happened or transpired in the city just like that. So that's the issue we're trying to get to the bottom of. But I feel your pain, trust me. I feel it. But you're all right, yes sir. Yes sir.
Hey, I'm Kayla. So I was on the, event planning committee along with plenty of other class representatives, like you said, from like the 70s to literally like 2022. So I want to say first, I saw like firsthand on the back end, like everything that went into all this logistically. If you've never planned a large scale event, you really wouldn't be able to understand until you get involved. So first I want to give you your props again because they really put this together like overnight. I have a few points to make. The biggest thing that frustrates me is and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't even think that they sent Kerensky pictures of the damages until after we paid the fine. So we paid the fine. We had the money to pay the fine. We did pay the fine. And then it wasn't until everything hit the internet, hit the streets, that, like he said, she responded. And then also, I don't know if you did see the emails, but they are on full display on Facebook, probably on the news now too. But she stated, the first thing that bothered me is they're banning Kerensky as an individual. So even if Kerensky wanted to go have a family reunion at Rozier Park, they're saying he can't do it. Now, it was a group there, but, it's just crazy. So I'm trying to, keep it here. But also, the other thing is the trash. They told him, he asked multiple times, okay, if you're having a large-scale event, then why it's Public Works responsibility for that? Why aren't you putting out a dumpster? Why aren't you mapping? Why aren't you if this is to be considered a special event, why did you not, when they took this to you and said, this is what we want to do, where do you suggest we have it? You agreed and approved for them to have it there. So again, that's on the city. So if you're now getting issues with the trash and all that, don't just tell them stack it up neatly. They also went back out on Sunday after to collect trash, see if there was anything they missed the night before. I personally brought a trash can from my home to use at my tent because they had boxes. I think it was like less than 5 or something like that for the entire Heritage Oaks Park. So how is that? It's like they set you up for it.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean, again, like you said, it's not technically about the money, but it's about the principle. Like, the respect. Like, how can you, and then to depict without permission to cast a certain light, and that's not what it is. So again, to all the class representatives who stepped up, who put in the work and did everything, and also Morris has been a big silent partner, so if you could give him his props too. We're
Also too, thank you, but these gentlemen here have also been in the background as well. My first time actually meeting Korinsky, and this is actually my first time meeting Jay, but my first time actually having a conversation with Korinsky was probably about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yes, and pretty much he asked me my opinion on certain things, but what I can say about this gentleman is that he has listened to his elders, he has listened to people who he respects and who have been giving him, in my opinion, great information, and he's using that, and he's being able to pick through that information and come up with the best choice. It was on his causative to create this union for the community. And so he really wants to take it a step further and unify the city. So I commend you, but it's not just me. I appreciate that, and I thank you. And it was partly, but it's also a lot of other people in the background that have been giving him some silent advice. And so we appreciate that.
All right, she was first.
You
She
got
was
it.
first.
She asked first, then we'll go.
Okay, I'm Connie Rose, happily retired teacher. My question to you is, I'm very specific, on the
Contract.
alleged damages, what damages?
Thank you. Yeah.
So,
Damages.
the damage we have, and I also have some pictures, also if you wanna pass some of those pictures around. So the alleged damages, of course, they were saying with the, mud and then the dirt damages.
Yeah, because it rained.
Because it rained.
So everybody just take two.
Jay.
So yeah, so it was the mud and the dirt damages around two different areas of the park. Two different areas of the park, there was mud and dirt damages. Also, there was this, of course, the trash. They did say on this stage, the concrete stage, it's kind of like chipped a little bit, but not sure how that even happened because there was no cars that had actually drove on the stage.
It was on the side, like,
Yeah, that's all.
Hey, speaking on that damage, I'm Yard Allen, by the way. Speaking on the damage, I have some people that work for the city that do the dirty work. The people that maintain that park, they haven't done that to that park in months because they knew, well, ever since y'all started, and they didn't maintain the park. Pine straw, that sprinkler system, it was already a problem. Yeah, a car might have ran it over and made it worse, but the sprinkler system was already a problem. And they always have somebody on call every weekend. So far as picking back off, you, Randy, and you, they could have had somebody to pick up. Somebody was on call. Somebody was on the clock to pick up the trash. That mud, I guess walking through the flower bed, that wasn't the issue. It was the concrete that they was mainly complaining about. How that happened, like you say, I don't know, because car was all over. But the biggest thing is, I believe, is they didn't have to pay nobody to park us. They didn't issue out no citations that night. You know what I'm saying? And it was successful. So far as those damages, that's not the issue because they haven't maintained that park ever since we started doing that. The grass was already messed up. That sprinkler system was already messed up. Like I said, somebody might have ran over it and made it worse, but the sprinkler system was already leaking. You know what I'm saying? So the biggest thing they was really complaining about was that concrete, but how that happened, don't know. And they always have somebody on call for events like that. You know, like downtown period, they have food truck Fridays or other events at the park. They have somebody to come through late night
Turkey drop.
to pick up those trash, turkey drop. But that's pretty much it. Cause it was successful and nobody got paid to make it successful.
Thank you. We're gonna get you, and then we'll go to the online, and then we'll go back and circle around.
What was the police officer's statement for this event? What did they have to say?
So when I say both of the officers' statement was very positive. That night after the event, I literally stood outside with both officers and actually talked to them about the event. both officers actually gave me great positive feedback, how they actually want to make sure the city of Perry Police Department is involved with this event next year.
Are they willing
hearing
to
that
go
was like
statement?
what I needed to hear. They even offered how they could help out with the parking. They actually bring in their system and stuff to actually block off restricted areas and everything. And actually, because the parking actually was good. By default and naturally, everyone that attended the event, they actually park in great ways. There was some things that we could work on with the parking, but again, the city police period, they offered to do those. And that was one thing I want to stress to the city, that I have the police department as a support moving forward with making sure we put things in place to map out the actual part. We could go ahead and we could map off and actually post these visuals before going forward with the event, so people can actually see these type of things when they coming in. Okay, what they need to park. These are the type of things that help their vision grow even more.
Are they willing to go on record to say that?
Yeah, so they actually have been in contact with the officers. So moving forward, I would like for them to actually, they may end up coming here tonight. So if they come in, that'd be great. But if not, they definitely still have our support. And I'll make sure that they definitely do a statement as well too, once I meet with the city.
We'll get you gentlemen, and then we'll go to online, and then we'll come back to the audience. Michelle.
Was there an itemized statement of the damages? You know, because I know you said that the sod, the dirt, the concrete, the flower beds, but did they send something just broad spectrum saying, hey, the damage is equal this amount, or was there an itemized statement saying what each damage was?
Great question, because people have asked that. So no, they didn't have a breakdown on what, this damage, how much this cost and everything. Of course, the original damage deposit was like $180, I want to say 64. That of course, if, once the event was successfully ended, we would receive that back as the alumni, for the alumni event organizer. Then from there, we got the $300. The $300 entails, and I understand, that the event it started at a certain time. But yes, some people, we got there early before the time started. And I honestly feel like that's okay because it's a public park. That's something that we can work on next year. Next year, we have to actually rent out the park that Friday evening. That'll give people time to set up that Friday evening, then also that Saturday morning, give people time, because honestly, the 12 o'clock, that took a lot of time. I'd rather get out there early, 8 o'clock in the morning, and start smelling the grills and everything. Right. So that's something that, again, I wanted to work with the city and say, hey, just give us this opportunity to get more time. I understand. I do understand. The park opens at 8 a.m. in the morning. If we could be out there early that morning, get set up, let's do it. I feel like that shouldn't be a problem. At the end of the day, I still had to park for this event. We wasn't blocking anybody in the community for coming to the park. If anybody want to come to the park during that time, guess what we're gonna do? Make sure they eat, because that's what we do as a community.
I'm sorry. With the Perry shirt on, that damage the lane.
Coach West.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
How y'all doing? I just want to piggyback off of y'all.
Yes, sir.
We talked about this yesterday on the phone. When I set up and I was moving back and forth from the top of the hill to the bottom of the hill, I noticed that leak that were festered throughout the night, but that leak was there. It was already leaking. Now with the traffic, the amount of traffic back and forth throughout the night, yeah, it caused that area to weaken. And I also I told Karinsky, called Dr. Aubrey. Dr. Aubrey was the city council. And, since this whole Facebook, the city not allowing these guys to go back, I'm like, I think someone else said, I'm still on that high. I hate to admit this, but this was the first alumni event I ever attended.
It wasn't on me. It wasn't on me.
But it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And if you were there, you were amazing. I mean, it was just amazing. So this is what I told Dr. Albrecht. A lot of there's some folks in here that he was your principal. I said, look, and I talked about the amazing job that these guys do, but I think that the thing that I was upset about is grace. Here these
Right,
guys, yeah,
right.
are there some things that we need to improve? But yes, why don't we all sit down and let's improve on this instead of just say, okay, we're not gonna do it. Because looking at these pictures, it's like, you said, you know, when you think about damage, you think about vandalism.
Right, right.
This, and so, but Dr. Albrecht was very promising. He said, look, we're gonna have a work session Monday, and we're gonna have a city council, they're having a city council, what's that?
It's right now.
Today is Tuesday?
It's right now.
Yeah, they're gonna have a city council, he's gonna bring it up. But after that conversation with Dr. Albrecht, I felt good. So I think we have an advocate. I think we have an advocate. So just, you know, I think it's gonna be good. But I just, and with the trash, what? So we do have an advocate, but I think, you know, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine.
And then we speak about, and when we speak about the trash, when everybody, and all the smoke cleared, all the dust cleared. Karinsky and I, we stayed over well over an hour gathering up trash. We walked that whole park. And you know me, I don't mind getting dirty, but I didn't want to do that, but we had to do it. But we was the organizers, so somebody had to do it, and we was the ones that did it. And even then, we communicated with a guy that worked for the city. The guy told Karinsky, hey, as long as you guys stack the trash neatly in a specific area, everything be cool. We did that. He then pulled up in the trash truck. Karinsky and I both still stayed, and we loaded all that trash up on the trash truck, had trash juice everywhere, but hey, we still did it. So it's like Coach said, it's about damages. It's just like, it's kind of odd, but we'll get to that too.
It's a real question before we move on. Again, with the trash, like Jay said, the trash, like the picture that's going viral, of course, that the city took the picture. That picture was taken while we